Good day everyone and welcome back to this channel. On today's series, I'm going to discuss what programming is all about by looking at the concept of different programming languages, from variables, from statements, loops and functions, and so on. We will be looking at 4 different programming languages concepts so that for the sake of those who are still wondering which of these programming languages am I going to go into, this class is going to help you to be able to understand the basics of 4 different programming languages, which will allow you to make a better choice and a better option of what you really want. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be using Python, JavaScript, Java, and C++ for the concept. So we look at how these 4 different programming languages actually look, how their syntax look, and how they really work in different ways. Now, a programming in a general term is just giving a computer an instruction or telling a computer what to do. Now, for you to be able to tell a computer what to do, then definitely you too must know how to control or give instruction to a computer system. So I believe this class is going to help beginners very well because it's going to give you an overview of what a programming language actually is and how to make a better option. So in my code editor, I'm using VS Code, and I already have a folder here created with overview, and I have 4 different files here. The first one is the C++ file, the second one is the Java, the third one is the JavaScript, and the last one is the Python. I actually make the file name using the folder. That is, the class now is just the overview. We want to look at all these programming languages, and it's actually an overview. So that's the reason I named the file to be overview, then the file extension. So the first one I'm going to be looking at is the Python. Now, this is just an instruction telling a computer that, okay, I want to run from 10 to 1. This is what this part is actually saying. So I'm going to click on run button here, and as you can see over here, this is actually running from 10 to 1. Now the second one I'm going to look is the JavaScript, as you can see over here. Now this same syntax here, the same thing this is doing is what this JavaScript is also doing. So how can we prove that? I'm going to move to the overview path. Then from here, I'm going to run node. Then the name, the file name of my JavaScript, which is overview.js. So once I run this, as you can see, same thing, the way it runs for Python is the same result it's giving me for JavaScript. So the next one I'm going to move over to is the Java itself, and also I already have a run button here that I can click, and this is going to run for me. And as you can see, it's giving me from 10 to 1 as well. So this is different programming languages, as you can see across, but yet these programming languages has given us the same output and the same result. So the last one which I'm going to look at is the C++ part. And same thing I did, I'm going to move to the part where I have it, that is the overview. Then in this part, I'm going to run a command to actually compile and run my program. So I'm going to have this, then the file name, which is an overview .c++, then I'm going to have the file name again, which is overview. Now if I run this and I refresh my Explorer here, you can see I have another additional file, which is overview.exe, and that is exactly what we'll be running. So what I have to do is just a period forward slash, then overview dot exe. So then, as you can see, I have the same results and the same output across for these four different programming languages. Now, as you can see, like I said the other time, these four programming languages or all programming languages has something in common and way of writing their code or their syntax or putting their syntax. As you can see, different programming languages with the same results. So this is actually what we will be looking at in this course. We'll be looking at the variable, the statement, array, loops, functions, data types, and some other things. So I believe you stay till the end of this tutorial. And don't worry, for the sake of those who don't have a PC, I already have a resources for you guys that you can use. This is actually not a promotional content now, but I love this platform because with just a single interface, I have access to different programming languages and to use different programming languages. Now, as you can see over here, the first one I have over here is actually the Python compiler. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to copy my Python code from here, and um, I'm going to take it down here. So let's see what is going to happen with this. So I'm going to copy all these and replace it with this. Then I'm going to run it and let's see what is going to happen. As you can see, this is actually giving us the same output. Same thing, I'm going to copy all my JavaScript code, and as you can see over here, this is for JavaScript. As you can see, JavaScript online compiler. I'm going to wait for that to load. Then I'm going to paste the same code I have in my code editor. I'm going to paste the same thing over here and I'm going to run it. So let's wait for it to run. Then as this one is loading, let me try to open up others. So for this one, this is C++, and also the last one, which is Java. So as that tool is actually loading, I'm going to go over to my JavaScript. As you can see, I have from 10 to 1, just the same way I have it in my Python, I have it in my JavaScript as well. So I'm going to go over to my code here and copy the one for the let me copy the C++ parts. I'm going to go over to my C++ here. Now for the JavaScript part, I'm going to copy the content here and I'm going to bring it over here, replace it with this. I'm going to paste that and run it. So let's see what is going to happen is running. As you can see, it's giving us the same thing. Same thing for the C++. If I copy the content here and I paste, though I believe this is actually going to give us an error because this is missing a part that we need to use. Let's see what is going to happen first. This part of using namespace std is not actually on this platform here, so converting a value into a string like this might not be really working here. So let's see what is going to happen in a few minutes with that. Now as you can see, there is an error. So what I'm going to do is just using namespace std, then I'm going to rerun my program. Now as you can see, I'm getting the same results as we get in our project. Now I believe we all understand this whole process, and I believe we've learned one or two things in this series. And in the next one, I'm going to be talking about variable, how we can use variable across these 4 programming languages. See you in my next video. Bye.